Okay. Alright guys, so this is the Discovery that I'm selling. The only reason I'm selling is we got the Defender. I've always wanted one. This is from South Africa, and we did KM3s, and I got a Warren winch. I'm really pumped about this one. I've always wanted a Defender, and this one's actually really clean. I have to finish doing the Warren install, but we already did a Red Arc battery system, so it's got dual battery. We're going to put a fridge. It's going to be an overlanding vehicle. We're going to do an Icarus camper conversion where it pops up. So I'm just really pumped about this. But you're not here for that. I apologize for not making this video again. Work. I run Inca 4x4. We do like overland outfitting vehicles. In Moro, we have I work with a shop, Off-Road Toys, South Atlanta. They do Jeep installs, swaps, all that kind of stuff. But my brother-in-law did clean this out. I had the interior cleaned out, and he does an amazing job. And I wanted to do that because I would daily this. I would drive this 3 times a week to Alpharetta, take it on the trails, and we actually took it on the trails with my friend, and he brought his lab. So a bunch of hair in here. So I had him clean it out. So again, apologize for taking forever on this. This is a 5-speed manual transmission. I'm gonna go over everything. So, and this video is just gonna be me shooting it. I do have the factory floor mats for the front and rear, and the headliners in really good shape. It's not drooping or anything. This one comes with the ARB specific bumper for this, and also comes with the Voyager rack that's specific for the D1. Remember, there's a short wheelbase Land Rover Discovery 1 that's from 94 to 97, and then in 98 they came out with the Series 2. That's the D2. That's a longer wheelbase. So again, this is not a pavement princess. I didn't keep this just, let me get this up. I didn't keep this just you know, I would use it. I've loaded stuff in the back when we've had construction projects. I've towed with it. I use it, and it's a good vehicle. The 4.0, I mean, it's a Land Rover, leaks, all that, but no overheating. I did the snorkel. Yeah, when I got it, I was just a fan. I'm a fan of these vehicles. I'm a fan of what they could do. You can go through my YouTube channel. I did the aluminum radiator. We changed a bunch of stuff, the AC, alternator, the steering pump, and the steering box. But like I was telling you, it was fine for like almost a year, and then out of nowhere it just started leaking all over again. So that steering box is, I mean, you can do it. You just got to remove all this, but it is kind of tricky. It took me forever to do. A shop would probably do it in, really quick, but it is kind of hard to do. You will have to take it for an alignment. But I will get underneath there and show you everything, how it looks. But just from the outside, I'll just show you. It has a winch. It has a switch pod for you to run different accessories. Right now we just have lights up there, some rock lights. The tire size is a 245 75 16. If you're interested and you come here, because this is my main thing, I just don't want to go back and forth with people. I don't really, if I don't sell it, I'm not trying to mess around with people like who kick tires. But it is what it is, because when you sell stuff, that's part of it. I do have a parts Land Rover Discovery that has the original 4.0 in the back with an automatic transmission. This is a project vehicle someone started that I ended up getting. It has a Chevy transmission, a Chevy diesel in it. But I'm like nowhere to start any of that project. It's got a whole bunch of new parts inside that he threw in. I think it's got like diff lock protectors. I mean, you can grab, but if you're seriously interested, because I'm just trying to clear up this space is going to be my garage. A lift's going in here. I mean, if you come and really purchase this vehicle, I mean, I may, you know, do something if you want that. And so, yeah, we'll just, like I said, I towed. It's got the 4-pin connector. I think this I still have to connect. It's got a chase light bar, the rear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wash it real quick. And that's like broke. I'm going to go wash it real quick. And then I'll come up underneath here and we'll look underneath. I'll show you around the engine some more. But so I have like maybe 2 weeks now. I haven't started it. But with the Land Rover Discovery 1, the 96 and 97 is the best year to get, because you have the OBD2 port, and this is from what I heard on the forums, and the heating here, it kind of goes to the middle, and then like not till the car's overheating will it finally jump up, and then it's kind of too late. So the nice thing, since it has an OBD2 port, you can run a scan gauge, and it, you know, gives you a whole bunch of information. The temperature, the AC works, but you can hear the engine. I did buy a viscous fan, but then it was like the wrong one. These viscous fans are clutch activated, so they have like mercury or something in them, and they like, when the heat gets a certain amount, then the fan starts spinning. But the cool thing, I'm not mechanically savvy. I'm not like some kind of Land Rover guru at all. Far from that. I've had my friend Off-Road Toy South Atlanta and Morrow has helped me. I think we did brakes, bearings. I like to do a lot of stuff myself, but it's just time consuming. So sometimes you just gotta, you know, get help when you can get it. I think he did valve cover gaskets. Yeah, and the solar it's got solar up top. But it doesn't have a battery connected to it, so that's separate from the battery. It's not a dual battery setup. What that'll do, it has a manager, and it'll, you know, top off a battery, and you can attach an inverter and stuff if you want to do like an overland thing. But yeah, let's go clean her up, and then I'll get the little lifts that I have. I'll get underneath here, put a carpet, and then we'll just kind of go through it as much as I can. And then if you have any questions, I'm in Fayetteville, Georgia. You can come by, because I'm not, you know, I just want to put all the answers out there, so that way I don't, you know, I run Inca 4x4, and I'll put all that in the description too. You can see my reviews for the Airbnb, the stuff I sell. I'm constantly getting questions for all sorts of things, but it's just part of the business. And so this vehicle has been one of my favorite things to ever own. And again, the only reason I'm selling it is because I got that, and that's been my dream to have. I know I have like, maybe it's not someone's dream, but it was my dream, and I got it, and so I don't really need this anymore. So I'll just show you driving the temperature gauge. The air conditioner is perfect. It's really hot here in Georgia too. It shifts really good. I don't know why the seat's not moving back up and forth. I usually eat the steering wheel. But yeah, the gears just go right in, and the power steering's out, so it's like a little hard to turn. But this window here, if you put it all the way down, you have to stop it before it goes all the way down, or else it does this like clink 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 clink. and then you have to keep playing with the button to go up and down. But I just remember not to make it go down all the way. You can make it go down all the way, but you just can't like auto let it go down all the way. And let's see. What else about the interior? Yeah, I had an alignment done at what's this place called? Red Clay Off-Road. That's another good Jeep, Toyota, Ford shop in Noonan, Georgia. I highly recommend. Brandon and Blake, awesome people. I always bring my alignments to them because they work magic. Like every time, like if I have some kind of vibration in my steering column, I don't know, every time I take it up there for an alignment, it takes care of it. I have the book. This vehicle's been serviced by Off-Road Toy South Atlanta, the British shop in Norcross. I think, they did an initial inspection. I don't remember if they did anything like fix-wise on here. But the book's there. The previous owner has service records. It's got 192,000 miles on it, but doesn't overheat. And winch control, that sometimes won't stick up. The diff lock does work because I actually got stuck one time in North Georgia. I was wheeling by myself, which you should probably not do. And then especially in like an old Land Rover. But I got stuck. I basically hopped on a log and like couldn't get over it. And if I pulled my winch line, it would have just dragged me in further. So I was like, let me put in this diff lock. And I have tried it before and it works, but I was, you're out there in the middle of the trail and you're just hoping that this 1997 diff lock, and it does work. And we actually used it again on the last trip just to get a little bit more traction. And yeah, center locking diff. So we're driving, and I'm trying to keep straight with the vehicle, and I just want to show you the vehicle ranges from like 180 to like 210, 215 in like stop and go traffic. And let's see, I'm doing like almost 40. And this is not the vehicle to go down the interstate like 75 miles an hour, 85 miles an hour. But it, if you notice, there's no like vibrations in the steering column, and it, like I was telling you, I got an alignment recently, so it keeps pretty straight. And yeah, so this is one of the reasons why I love driving this vehicle to and from work, because it's a cool looking car. I think so, at least. A Land Rover Discovery. You never see the I love driving manuals because it's like it's an engaging, it's like boring to drive an automatic. I think it's just you step the pedal and go. Here you can enjoy the vehicle. And it's comfortable. You have that command position. The windows have really good visibility. You have a lot of space. I let my friend borrow this vehicle one time to take us, come along camping with us, because I forget I think he had something going on with his rig, and he has like 3 kids and his wife, and yeah, they were all like, they loved this vehicle. They were all like jumping around because it sits up, like stadium sits up, so you have more space towards the back. Alright, so I've been sitting here for a little bit, and it was 206, but it's climbing back down. Yeah, the vehicle, when you like park it, the temperature will start creeping, and then when you start driving, but it doesn't go, it stays in the middle. And then yeah, I just gotta look at the seat. I don't know why it's not going back, but let me wash the outside. Let's take another look around the outside, and then I'll keep giving you a tour of it. All right, so we got her all washed up. Yeah, I never waxed it, like waxed the vehicle, but I think if it was waxed, it would it would just look really, really nice. I think we did brake, so I think I gotta scrub the wheels there. Okay, so let's go inside the vehicle. I'm not gonna change the oil so you guys could see what this looks like, but it doesn't blow any kind of smoke or anything like that. The radiator, like I said, so what's done here, the radiator, I did the steering box and steering pump at one point, but it's leaking again. Alternator, AC compressor, thermostat, what else did I do? Valve cover, gaskets, yeah, just auxiliary, the switch pod you can add. There's 5 open slots there you can add stuff to. It's got these, if you look for Casey Pro 6 Pro 6 gravity light, these are I think like $569 or $600. They're expensive lights, so I mean I'll leave those there. Badlands winch. I used this twice. Was it wireless and also wired? The remote's inside. I've gotten the battery tested like 2 times, and every time it says 2019, but it's like every time when you go test it, sometimes I'll change the oil myself, sometimes I'll just take it up to Valvoline. They always test it and they say it's good. So this has a switch here, or a fuse, and then when I did get it, I did do a tune-up, the spark plugs. What else did I do? Oh yeah, change the diff fluid, the transfer case fluid. But let's just climb underneath here so you guys could see what I'm talking about. So this is the front of the vehicle, and I mean it's an old Land Rover, so it does leak oil. You can change some seals, or these are greasable. I think I need to grease those. It's been a while. Let's get underneath over there so I can kind of show you the rust part. So I guess the good thing that it leaks oil is that at least the frame, like it covered the frame and it didn't leak oil there. But yeah, so you can see the frame here, it's just dirty. There's definitely surface rust on it, but this is what I'm talking about. The body does have rust. Transfer case, I did do the O2 sensors. When I got it, you still had to do inspection, so it had needed the O2 sensors. Now I'm getting a check engine light for the catalytic converter, but the catalytic converter, I'm trying to figure out if there's a delete option, because I don't need emissions anymore here where I live. The radius arm bushings could use upgrade. Let's dive in a little bit more here. Yeah, the transfer case, that's like fluid coming from, or just from the air conditioning. I'll hop over on the other side so you can see, because you'll see the body there, it's like rusting. So let me hop over on the other side. Oh, and before I hop over to the other side, let me show you. So the last owner did this here, I guess try to patch it up and paint it, but you could sand that down and do a better job. Show you the foot welds. That's what's kind of was leaking, but it's I think that side's worse. This side's not really that bad. Look at the door jambs, and it's So it's aluminum for the most part, but then, like, yeah, this is aluminum. That's metal. That's aluminum. That's metal. I have a magnet on the back of my phone. Let's go over to the other side. I was telling you the rear hitch, the spare tire is a 235, so it's a little bit smaller. Let's look in the back. This is cracked. You could see the headliner is clean. This is what I was telling you. You need to just run a positive or negative to a battery that you want to use, and this will maintain with the solar. And let me actually just turn on some of these lights so you can see what they look like. This is for the Chase light bar, which if you're like in Atlanta, I highly recommend using, because there's someone could just I'm gonna try to put them on all my vehicles, because someone can like slam behind you if they're not paying attention, and you could change it to different modes, but it does the right turn signal, the left turn signal. Yeah, let's crawl underneath here. Yeah, like I said, the body does have rust. I never had a problem with what's it called, the fuel. I never had like a fuel issue. I'll just kind of hover over here. I did do like a spacer lift and put like new shocks recently, or not recently, but you'll see the video if you go to my YouTube channel. You'll see when I did that. Here looks like I would when I did the front. I'll show you this one section. Like when I did this front part, and I did the whole radiator, inside the footwell, I ended up using this stuff called POR 15 or 18 or something, and it's like a 3-part. You clean off, and then you put this treatment on, and then you put this metal special like paint, and it just keeps it from spreading, and it does really good. Like it just if you're here in the south, I don't see it being an issue, but if you're going up north, then I'd probably keep an eye on it. This is the other side, and then what else? I think some of these are missing. These, I do have awning brackets, so if you have a 270 awning, you can put your awning there. Oh, let me show you the footwell here. So here, yeah, you kind of see the body's like, but overall, oh, let me show underneath here. So yeah, here's like, you see the body panel, but the frame, I guess luckily it did leak oil. That it, didn't rust the frame out like terribly. Oh, the drive shafts are greasable too. Oh, I did upgrade to a Terra Firma steering stabilizer. Let's look underneath here. We did replace the shocks. You see there's more of the body rust. Let's turn on some of these lights. So this switch pot here. Oh, I killed the breaker. So yeah, if it'll save your battery in case there's like a circuit or the fuse pops. Or wait, that's on. So what happened here? This disconnected? Well, I have to look into that. My brother-in-law, when he cleaned this, I don't know, moved something around. Oh, you know what? I think it's tied into the ignition. No, I don't think I did this one to the ignition. Sorry, I'm rambling now. But I've done a couple vehicles now, so forget what all. And this has to get mounted on that little mount. Let's see. So weird that this is not working. I'll have to look at this one, but it literally was working. I'll look at this video because I could have sworn it was on, unless a fuse popped or something, but I'll look at that. We talked about the windows. So yeah, I know this video is going to be long, but I appreciate you being here with me. Sorry this took so long. We covered a whole bunch of it. Really, I'm not in any rush to sell this. I don't really. If it don't sell, I'm fine with that. These vehicles are really hard to find with manual transmission, and so if you find them, they're not going to have this rack, and they're not going to have the rack and bumper. If you look for these this is like, I mean, you could probably find this used for like $1,500, and so for that, and if you look for these used, they're expensive. These bull bars, the ARB one specific for this. Oh, and I also have extra lights. I forget. I do have lights for that one's cracked on that side. Yeah, those are $1,500. And if you buy these, they're usually, if it's in really, really good condition, I mean, it's going to be on bring and trailer. If it's like rust free underneath, it's going to be on bring a trailer, and you're looking at like a $15,000 to $20,000 vehicle, and it's probably just stock, no bumper, no stuff like that. So that's why it's priced that way. It'll get you wherever you need to get you. You can test drive it. We could test drive it together. We could drive it up to the mountains. This thing will go wherever you want it to go. If you're looking for an adventure vehicle, from the outside, it looks really good, and I've always gotten good feedback from it. But if you're looking for a, I don't know, a show vehicle, this is not it. This is not it if you not mechanically savvy. Land Rovers require a lot of maintenance. The great thing is that it's solid axles front and rear. The build is pretty simple. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but changing out shocks, the mass airflow sensor, removing stuff off the driveline and putting it on. I mean, I've done a lot of that, and it's really, there's tons of videos out there. It's a great platform. So yeah, I'll leave it at this. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, I'm here in Fayetteville, Georgia. And yeah, take it easy. Oh, and before I end this, like I was saying, I got this vehicle here. It's got a Chevy diesel and a Chevy transmission. It was someone else's project. It's not mine. There's a lot of new parts in here, like for gauges, and stuff. That's all cut out. And what is it? For the transmission. So that needs like a whole new thing constructed, or dash or whatever. The leather seats are in pretty good shape. You can use those. The original 4.0, the same engine that's in that one, is in here. Drive shafts, all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested, you can buy this thing also, or if you are really interested in the other one, I might work out a deal where you just have this thing. I'm just trying to clear up some space here on my property.